This is our daily Patriot League pun. Aaron Russell, he's a brilliant head coach. Russell sprouts vegetables, growth. Look at the maturation of Ellie Mack, Abby Cap, and Allie Johnson. It's a huge reason why this team is 9-3 with an RPI of 43 heading in to Patriot League play. And right on cue, Abby Cap has 3 threes and 9 of the team's 12 points. I'm Justin Antweil. Happy New Year to all. 12-5. Bucknell leads American. Carl misses the hook shot. Offensive rebound for Edwards. Let's see what adjustments American can make. Off the Jebbia timeout. Walker, good ball denial. And a reset for the Eagles. In front of the Bison bench. Once again, American without the services of Katie Marini, the league's 4th leading scorer at 13.4 points per game. She's out with a foot injury, so Jade Edwards makes her 2nd consecutive start. Carl can stretch the floor with that 6'3" frame of hers. That's a key matchup, Carl versus Slagus. They find Carl down low. Lefty hook shot smooth with her offhand. Carl, last year's Patriot League Tournament most outstanding player, had 20 in the championship game against Navy to propel the Eagles to the NCAA tournament for just the 2nd time in program history. English picks up her dribble in a tough spot and forces the issue. Picked off by Saunders. Crisp pass to Caitlin Lewis. Blocked by Cap. Cap's Bucknell's best defender. Walker threads the needle to Slagus. Slagus fumbles it though. Edwards had it, and it'll be American basketball. We talked about that transition pace that Bucknell likes to run. Look at this block from Abby Cap. Bucknell's best defender. Russell always talks about defend without fouling. That's textbook. Especially American. You can't put them at the free throw line. They're the 16th best free throw shooting team in the country at 77%. Lewis at the top. Shoveled it. Carl. 3, short. Hauled in by Kai English. Going into another gear, the scoop and score! Kai English had that extra burst in the paint to knife her way through some traffic. Bison doubling up the Eagles, 14-7. 4:30 to go, first quarter. Saunders coming off a screen. Whips it down low to Jade Edwards. Good spin off the glass in the finish. Walker directing traffic. Angles her way inside. Nifty footwork for Walker and gets the home roll. She's so good at that shoulder fake, the footwork. You know, she admits when she came to Bucknell, she was raw. She was just an athlete, not a basketball player. She has developed into an all-league player. Blocked by Slagus. Stays with Koskimius. Tough angle for Carl, and she traveled, says Kevin Farlow. Bison 6 of 9 from the floor. American 4 of 12. Autumn Seppi will trigger in. Couple substitutions for the Bison. Along with Seppi, it's Walls, Johnson, Slagus, and Walker. Marley Walls splits point guard duties with Kai English. She's one of the best freshmen in the Patriot League. Just blue-collar tough. She has 6 and 1 field goals this year. Marley gonna drive. Here's Seppi. Good closeout by Emily Fisher, freshman from Australia. Johnson had it momentarily. It was poked away by Lewis. Stays with Bucknell. 12 on the timer. So Walker's Bucknell's best inbounds passer. She'll inbound the ball. Got to avoid the 5-second count. They shovel it to Slagus to avoid the penalty. Walls with a hard drive. The take and bank and score. We mentioned Walls' toughness. Lead swells to 9 for Bucknell. Carl, the 3, quick trigger, short. She forced that. Cleared by Walls. Baseball pass to Walker in stride. Walker sees an opening. Whips it on out to Marley Walls. Pull up Jay. Too strong. Cleared by Edwards. Then a ticky-tack foul committed by sophomore Autumn Seppi. First foul on Seppi. Second team foul for Bucknell. Mack will come in for Slagus. So far, Abby Cap has as many points as the entire American team, 9. Inside 3 to go, first quarter. Bucknell's outscoring opponents in the first quarter by 55 points this season. Russell says one of our goals, start fast, never look back. Koskimi has picked up her dribble, had to force it back out. Backdoor cut for Cecily Carl with the left hand and finish. Good delayed cut for Carl. This is a well-coached American team. And they were preseason second in the Patriot League. To fans, that may be a surprise, but not to the SIDs and coaches. Autumn Seppi, just her 3rd career 3. She had been just 2 for 24. Lifetime from beyond the arc, but the southpaw hits the tray. Bucknell, that's their 4th 3-point field goal made of their 8 field goals made. Edwards hangs up in the air long enough, too strong. Hauled in by Mack. Largest lead of the game for Bucknell. Mack with a dribble drive, and they're going to call Mack for the arm bar. Little push in the paint for Mack to create some separation. Sean Good was all over it. Bucknell has as many threes in this game as they did in the entire game against Iowa State last time out. They were 4 for 24 in that one. They're 4 for 6 in this one. Hey, Russell says shoot or shoot. You know, we're not going to get deterred because we missed some shots. This is our identity. We've got skilled players. And Marley Walls is called for a hand check foul. That was the final foul to give for Bucknell with 95 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 21-11, Bucknell leads American. I'm Justin Antweil courtside. Happy New Year to all. League play opener for both the Eagles and the Bison. They'll meet again on March 2nd in the nation's capital and maybe again in the championship game on March 17th. Caitlin Lewis scurries inside. The ball was stripped by Walls. Eagles retain possession. Caitlin Lewis, the senior from Scranton, PA, one of 4 Pennsylvania natives on American, triggers in. Three off the mark for Morgan Bartner, the transfer from Marist. Seppi surveys the scene. Pivots. Quick trigger from Mack. No. Skying for the board, it's Emily Fisher. A lot of new pieces to this American team that graduated 6 seniors. Carl, high-low play, and Koskimias fumbles it. Let's see if Bucknell thinks about going 2 for 1. If they can get a shot off within the next 20 seconds. Slagus comes in for Seppi. Mack will trigger in, part of this well-balanced scoring attack for Bucknell. 4 players averaging double figures in scoring for Bucknell. No other team in the Patriot League can say that. Tough angle for Mack, reverse lay and sticks it in. This is a perfectly executed 2 for 1 because now there's a 4-second differential between shot clock and game clock, so theoretically Bucknell could get the ball back. Banter for 3, no, rebound Slagus. And I think Jevia is mad that American took such a quick shot to give Bucknell time to set up a play, to add to their 12-point lead. Walls gets a play call from Russell. Directing traffic is the freshman from Kentucky. Mack from the elbow at the buzzer. Gets the roll! That's an exclamation point on a brilliant first quarter for the Bucknell Bison. This is the 9th time this year that Bucknell has scored at least 25 points in a quarter. How about Ellie Mack? Finished with the final 4 points inside the final 50 seconds. The reverse lay-in, and then the fortuitous bounce.